Is porn addiction, okay, this one guys, hear out, right? This one is very important.
Why you leaving?
You stay.
Why you leaving still? There are OnlyFans services where men even pay these OnlyFans content creators to show them their feet, and these guys are masturbating to the feet.
It's normal.
So what differentiates if it's cheating or not is if there is a direct contact between the content creator and the receiver of the service. Wow, interesting. I'm learning something
It's
new.
okay
I was born yesterday.
I am shocked.
That's why.
Use condom if you must cheat.
STD is real, guys.
Oh no! You're looking at me so long, man. You're looking at me so long, man.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
You know what, guys?
You know what I'm looking at you because of
Wait, that's an example.
don't use that as an example. You can't say it's not. Don't use like
okay,
use
wait,
a proper
sex
example.
education.
Monogamy was introduced by white people. I can argue that monogamy has brought more harm than good to marriages.
Today's episode 10, is talking about cheating, a 360-degree view. So we are going to dive very deep into cheating. I think the last time that we did was really talking about like the physical aspects of cheating. We were talking about, how cheating is within a relationship, but we didn't really dive very deep into the psychological aspects. What really triggers the cheating mechanisms in a relationship or in a partnership to start? So why are you laughing?
Forgive me. Miko is just looking at you, waiting to say something. Alright, let's go.
Hold your tits now.
No.
Hold your tits, alright?
I'm just smiling.
I guess
It was just
Miko,
on you.
do you have much experience about cheating? Have you been cheated on others for?
Oh yeah, I've been cheated on many times.
Okay, we're gonna dive into that, but
So
before
that's
we
why
dive,
you were locked on him.
She was
I'm just.
please, can you just stop? Let me just start telling you. I need to talk about it.
I'm just looking.
Alright, we're gonna start with you then.
No, don't lah. Don't lah. We can start with you first.
No. I'm the host, okay? So I will give the statistics, the data, and I'm gonna ask the questions, and I'm gonna really provoke you guys into talking and to like really sharing about your experiences. Now, this is statistics. Statistics drop now. I know you don't like statistics,
I don't do
right?
statistics
You don't do,
now.
but you listen to the statistics. You let me know what you feel about it, okay?
Definitely.
Now, the
here.
statistic is this. Men often cheat more for sex. 44% of men often cheat for more sex and for seeking more sexual variety. So there is between 40 to 44% of men out there that cheats to have more sex, and they are actually seeking for more variety. In the Malaysian way, we say, takkan nak makan nasi rendang, rendang ayam hari-hari kan? Today we eat rendang, tomorrow we eat chicken rice.
Turkey rice, and
And then
maybe
after
the
that-
next day, maybe the next 2 weeks you want to eat pizza.
Yeah, pizza.
Yeah, you want to go Western, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
You know
And
that,
pizza's not just for Italians, guys. I've asked an Italian person what's their famous food, and they say it's not pizza. So anyways, that is a statistic from men. And for women, they often cheat to seek emotional attention or to feel desired. They're not feeling like they're desired. They're not being given the attention. So 40% of women actually cheat because they are not given the attention, and they go out there to seek for the attention. So we're gonna start with you, Miko. What do you think about this?
Since you said 40%, then sure. Because there are some men cheats not just because of sex. Maybe it's because some of them, I would say, they love the partner, but maybe the partner isn't fit for them. In relationship, we have three things: interests, beliefs, and values. So if interests can align, but the values and beliefs cannot be aligned, they often seek for other companions. But I wouldn't say cheating that has to be physical, but emotional also involves. It's like, for an example, I can still be with you. I love you wholeheartedly, but I love to be with Virgil maybe because we both have the connections, the wavelengths of our beliefs and values. But I still want to be with you because we align our interests. Like we can like about animes, we can like about cartoons, we love the same dog. It can be that. There's also cheating involves of other aspects.
So that means cheating is good.
No.
Because that's what you want to be with me.
No,
you want to be with me, but
how to say-
that's what you just told me now. That you want
but
to be with.
as we grow older, we are unsure of what we want in life.
And sometimes we've made the decision way earlier when we're not informed. Okay?
So sometimes you have to, when you grow older, or maybe in a long-term perspective in the relationship, you may think like, is this what I want? Is this candidate is going to be suitable for me at the end of the life? Maybe I can be with you in the end, but am I going to be happy for that in the end? Maybe yes, maybe no. So that's why they go for other options to explore. I'm not the only fish in the sea. So you just keep fishing, right? If tilapia is still not good, I will still go for goldfish.
No, you go for Jahana.
Interesting insights. Thank you for sharing. So I think maybe we can dive into the psychology of it, because since you're already talking about, hey, you know what, humans have a need or the desire to explore in a certain level where they see other interests and they may have outgrown their partner to a certain extent that, hey, they're like, I want to find my options now. So inadvertently they cheat without them sometimes controlling themselves. So diving into the psychology of cheating, right? So the focus is going to be on the psychology, the emotion, and the gender differences. Okay, so a statistic about this is that approximately 40% of unmarried relationships see at least one incident of infidelity.
For me, I've been cheated on from my ex. Okay, so we were together and he seek validation from another female, saying like, for example, if we have issue like argument that's going on, but he wouldn't come to me and fix it. You know, he will go to another female and share the problem with her. So for
You mean your personal problem with he shares with another female, or his own personal problem shares with another female rather than you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I feel like, okay, like maybe he feel comfortable talking to her and stuff. Okay, I get it. But after that, I get to know like he cheated on me, going to her place and having physical activities together. So that's where it hit me up.
Like physical activities like
Sex.
like gym.
Yeah, playing tennis,
Playing tennis.
wrestling, washing the dishes together.
I'm like, be straightforward. You need to know,
Right.
because if he had sex
he
You
had
can
sex.
just-
He
He
had
had
sex,
sex.
yeah.
with her,
With her, and he play victim. It's like, no, we're just hanging out, playing video games and stuff, blah blah blah. So it's like, okay.
Sounds like making out is okay.
you know, wait.
You know what she's saying, right? Is in line with what she's saying. Like when you were talking about interest, value system, belief system, were you talking about generally or just men?
Generally,
Generally.
it can be women
Generally.
as well.
Okay,
Actually,
okay.
I'm not siding.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not.
yeah.
I'm not saying woman is always right.
Of course,
I
of course.
completely disagree
Of
with
course.
that.
Yeah.
But the reason I'm asking is because I'm hearing from you now that the reason why I cheated is validation, which I would strongly argue that men don't cheat for validation. Women cheat for validation. Validation of dissatisfaction, their unhappiness, their dissatisfaction, their feeling of being undesired. These are the reasons why women cheat. Women don't cheat for other reasons but validation. She can say, oh, I don't feel good. Oh, you've not been around enough, enough time, we're not spending enough time together and stuff. This is why women cheat. But I'm shocked that you're saying that he cheated because of validation. Because men cheat most times for varieties. Women cheat for validation. That's the difference. Men cheat most times. That's why men always cheat physical cheating. Women cheat emotional cheating. So sometimes a woman is not even physically with this guy, but she's chatting with this guy in the middle of the night.
So chatting? Are you trying to say chatting with the guy means is
No,
it's called
chatting with the guy is not cheating. But when you look at the concept of emotional cheating, right? This we just described falls under emotional cheating. If there is ill intention from either parties, you understand? So there is no physical cheating for women without emotional attachment.
Again, there's something that she said earlier.
Yes.
Sorry. She said whenever you guys have issue, he discuss it with another person. What are the issues you guys always have that makes him discuss with another person? Because that means now him cheating, is it because of he wants to cheat or because of the problem?
Because of the problem.
Because you're the problem.
Yeah.
You're the problem.
No.
She didn't say she's the problem. She said because of the problem.
What's the problem? The problem is it you or him?
It's him.
Are you sure it's him?
It's
That's it. Now she's saying it's him. If you ask him, he will say it's her.
Of course.
So no
But
one
it's-
is he cheating now? I don't know if I'm going for, but I'm trying to say why the people is cheating or he went to her because of maybe there's something she's doing that is making him go to that lady.
Maybe because I control him.
Because
Control.
Maybe, yeah.
Interesting. What do you mean by control?
Like I don't let him to speak to another female or something, or don't go. out with
Like
her.
you're very
yeah.
jealous.
Possessive.
Yeah.
You know.
Or do you speak to other female?
Other
Or
male.
other male, sorry.
Yeah, I do.
You do.
That is so unfair.
That's so double standard, right?
You see?
This is why I countered what she said, because I know men don't cheat for validation. Men cheat for varieties. This is why a man can love his wife and he takes care of the home, takes care of his family, does his responsibility, but still go outside for one night stand. And he might not even get that girl's phone number and he goes back home the next day. So you begin to question, how is he doing this with somebody, a total stranger that he doesn't know, right? And he's still going back home, not even getting a number and stuff. There are instances like that, right? So that's why I said men cheat for variety. Like you said, you are eating rice today, you don't want to eat rice, you want to eat pizza tomorrow. This is the basis on which men cheat most times. And that is where physical cheating comes in. Why emotional cheating, when a woman cheats, she's cheating for validation, like I said. And when you talk of emotional cheating, once emotion is involved, it's just a matter of time. There will be physical cheating. It's just a matter of time. How long will she keep chatting with that guy? Every time she's complaining, oh, my husband is this, my husband travels a lot, he's a workaholic, he hardly has time for me and stuff like that. At the end of the day, they say a shoulder to cry on is a dick to ride on. So it's very simple. So the moment
Wait. Say that again.
a shoulder to cry on is a dick to ride on.
Have you
So
cried
Can
on any
I-
shoulder?
okay, she wants to say something. Yeah,
I would like to say I agree, but can I also say
yeah.
it doesn't have to be men as well that do physical cheating because of varieties. Even girls also actually did that. In my experience, there's no woman just only wants for validation. Like example, I'll give you a very good example. If I see Jungkook from BTS, right, and even though I'm in a relationship, because of a very handsome face, I would go for it for a one night stand.
Yes.
Hot day.
Yeah.
Hot
So girls actually have that variety of feeling.
Yes.
It's just a matter of age.
Yes.
From when you were young, you just like to play around. Even guys, you go to clubs, you see pretty women's, oh, I would like to bang her tonight. Then the next day, you just leave the hotel.
Yeah.
You sponsored her deposit, and then when she wants to check out, she can just get the money.
Yeah.
It's like semi-prostitution. Same.
Yeah.
It's the same goes for
Yeah.
guys too.
I totally agree with you.
I cannot
on that.
only say just
Yeah.
it's for guys. It also
Exactly.
applies for girls.
Okay,
because
I'm going to make a disclaimer to what I said.
Okay.
I totally agree
Because-
with you.
because-
we cannot just box men physical, women emotional. I agree with you. But I'm talking of typically. There are a lot of women out there that will still go out there just for one night stand. It happens. There are situations like that. But typically, when I say typically, a vast majority, and like I said in the podcast the other day, right? An exception does not invalidate a generalization, right?
Okay.
So Africans are black. But you go to South Africa, you might see Africans that are what? White skin, right? So you can't, that does not mean that Africans are not black. Africans are black and white. You understand? So a little exception does not invalidate a generalization. So yes, there are men who actually cheat with women and they leave their wife and chase after that woman. Leave the wife, leave the kids at home. They chase after that woman and they are gone forever. So yes, it's true. Men can also engage in emotional attachment when they cheat. So I understand that. But what I'm trying to say is typically a masculine guy, typically a man would cheat based on he just wants to try something different.
But
that's
why,
considered exploring. I would
Yeah,
call it.
yeah.
I would call it exploring.
Exploring.
but why,
Because,
how
like,
did
you
you
want
get
to
in,
try.
why how did you get into that? Like, why would you say that exactly? You're focusing on that men cheats because of variety, but not emotion.
No, like I said, there are men that still cheat for emotion, but the vast majority of times, men play around, no strings attached.
What do you guys think
I'm
of
not
this?
going to say this. Like,
Let
I'm
us
not
know in
going
the
to say
comments.
this.
I want to know.
They're saying that men are dogs, right?
Yes.
I'm not going to say it's true or it's wrong. This brings me to another concept, a very delicate concept. I believe genuinely that men are polygamous in nature, inherently.
Right.
Because
No.
if you look at the history,
No?
if you look at the history, if you look at prehistoric times, right? How was homes conducted? If you look at the different religions, in Hindu, for example, I was reading about Hinduism. You talked about it just now outside, right? In Hindu, Lord Krishna, right? He had multiple wives. Even in Islam, Prophet Muhammad had multiple wives.
Yeah.
And then if you come to Christianity, right? These are like the three most famous religions. In Christianity, Abraham had multiple wives.
Yeah.
David had multiple wives. And this is someone that God said, this is a man after my heart. So, in my opinion, I cannot just ignore all these indications that man has always been polygamous in nature. So, when you tell a man, because monogamy was introduced by white people, monogamy is a Western thing. I can still sit down here and argue that monogamy has brought more harm than good to marriages.
Really?
And this is why you see today that
That is a very unpopular statement to
you
make.
can Google it.
Yes.
More than 50% of monogamous marriages end in divorce in the US today.
Yes. But okay, you as women, would you be able to accept your man getting married to a second, third, fourth wife?
No, because of feelings.
Not feelings, priorities.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you mean priority?
Priorities, of course, feelings comes number one. Number two, if he wants to commit with me at the end of the life with my children, it has to be an equal attention. Attention, money, responsibilities.
So if-
I had to play the role as
So
a
if the man is giving equal priority to everyone,
To the three wives or to the four wives.
it can't be like that. I feel like I'll get STD ASAP.
No,
to
like,
share-
no,
share
like,
big-
what-
We are coming deeper
what-
into that. I have
No,
stuff to share.
why would you say that? Because you guys are legally
But let me
married.
tell you, now, when it
why-
comes to
no,
monogamy-
no, you know what? No, this is like
I want to drop a fact. When it comes
Okay.
to monogamous marriages, right? Take a look at monogamous marriages. You're talking of, because it's polygamous, you might catch STD.
know-
In monogamous marriages, there are
some-
more STDs.
Yes.
Exactly.
Because
why?
these men are hiding to do
Thank
it.
you.
Exactly.
That's it.
You
Yeah, I
feel
need
me?
to do it.
And they're
yes.
paying for sex.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the
And
reason.
do you know the effect of secrecy? Whenever you are doing something in secret, it's always very sweet.
Exactly. I agree.
That's why.
Wait.
I
What,
agree.
you're agreeing to all this?
Their secret is always
Yeah,
sweet.
no,
I want
See,
to understand.
If your wife
So
tells you,
but now you just said you don't want polygamy, you want monogamy.
If I'm gonna be committed with that one guy, monogamy lah. Even under any circumstances, like let's say because she doesn't have a husband or she's in a love type spot. You know, people say in Malaysian word we call what? Jodoh di mana-mana, right?
Betul.
So it has to be with some other guys. You cannot be someone with who is already in
Already
a
in a
marriage
relationship,
relationship. You know, I feel uncomfortable as much as you want to be helpful, because this is one thing I learned about men: ego.
of course,
As much as say, oh, I can love you equally with the children and the second wife, like this and that, ego. I love to have two pretty women. They can cook me with good food, can give me unconditional attention. That's why they want ego. They like to lift up their ego so big, so high, to have 3-4 women in their lives. Pretty, as long as they're pretty, can produce children, can support them. So like let's say, wife A scolded me because I came home late. So I don't go to see her, I go see wife B. Then if wife B complained to me about finance, I go to wife C. Men is like that. They like to run away from a problem instead of facing. That's the reason why when it comes to cheating, it always comes with emotional first. Example, if I'm a guy, I fight with my girlfriend today. So I go clubbing with my friend tomorrow. I drunk, pissed drunk. So I would cheat physically. Because why? In my mind, I think, oh, my girlfriend scolded me like this and that. So I cheat with a person who is prettier or hotter or something. Then when you wake up, of course you won't ask for their number because it's a one-time thing. You still love your girlfriend regardless, so the cheating is always has an accident. Unless if I met a guy who is like, I don't care, I cheat. Because why? The second person can contribute emotions, sex, physical, spiritual. As long as the second person can do this to me, I can leave you without a problem. Cheating is always, people say, mistakes, you know. When you cheat, the next day when the girlfriend found out, I promise I won't do this again. Oh, this and that. And then lie came in the picture. You lie so many times. That's why you cheat so many times, but you still want to stick with your partner. Because why? At the end of the day, it's compatible, but cannot fight with other people when it comes to appearance. Maybe different connection. It always comes with emotional first, regardless. That's why cheating in physical happens second. Because why? It always something to do with your relationship. Because men can be a dick. It always do that, have multiple body counts and stuff when they're single. That's why variety is always the best. Until you meet someone right, that's where loyalty kicks in. Like when I was single, I went out with guys multiple here and there. Like I meet 2 guys two guys in one day, just see them or hang out with them or date them or sleep with them. I do that, you know.
Yeah.
That is only when I'm single, because you know why? See, handsome face, very handsome, you know. So it must, if it's in bed, must be very good. It's always that.
But that's kind of an overarching generalization of how men are or how women think in that aspect. But I think I want to really dive deeper into why do people actually cheat in the first place?
Because of your partner. It depends, girl or guy. If like, let's say your partner did something bad to you, not really bad, like we can say arguments,
Something that hurt his
miscommunications,
feelings,
or maybe you don't understand where I come from. So when those are things does not align with your partner, it goes for someone else. It goes for someone else to seek validations. Like maybe you and I can connect. My real boyfriend or girlfriend cannot connect with me, but you can. So the more I get to know you, the more you understand me more, I would maybe consider, maybe you can be a good compatible to be, but you still cannot break up with this person, because you know why? You live with this one person through your whole life, or maybe you've
So
been with that person.
you agree with my point that monogamy, one man, one woman, is actually causing more harm. Is actually one of the reasons why people cheat.
Yes, I agree.
That's why I said.
So monogamy is a mechanism of cheating then?
Yes, it's one of the reasons why people cheat, because you feel stuck. And sometimes people are in a relationship that has expired. I always say that relationship is like a grocery.
Yeah.
Every grocery in the grocery shop, if you go to Aeon, every grocery has expiring date as long as it has been processed. Relationship is like a grocery. It has expiring date, whether we like it or not. It's fact over feelings. That's where I'm talking from. Every now and then you see relationships where people are dating, but they feel stuck. They want to leave, but they feel stuck. And one person is just waiting for the other person to fuck up, and the other person is waiting for this one to fuck up. This is why I said I am not in support of polygamy, but I'm just trying to look at it from a psychological perspective, different angles to understand.
You're not in support of polygamy, but
Yes, I am telling you
you're
what
trying
the-
to say polygamy is
Yes,
actually
yes.
good also.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it has its positive and negative side, just as
But
monogamy.
which is
so,
more? Positive is more.
in my opinion, I would say that when it comes to polygamy has more advantages
Than
than
disadvantage.
disadvantages
So
compared to
meaning-
monogamy, which has more disadvantages.
So meaning
imagine.
Mr. K,
You do the research.
meaning polygamy
Check
is better.
Do the research, right? Let facts speak over feelings. Do the research. In America, more than 40 to 50% of marriages end in divorce.
Yes.
Technically,
What the fuck,
my
bro?
mom is actually in a polygamy relationship. You know why?
No,
It's not because of feelings.
no.
Financially.
No, it's in
Money
Islam.
talks.
Islam,
Money
polygamy.
talks.
Polygamy is normal.
If you
It's
look at polygamous
they
homes-
they marry for wives.
If you look at
It's not
polygamous
because of
homes,
emotions.
a man that had 4 wives when we're growing up back in the day, homes where a man had 2 or 3 wives, right? You just find out that man has less problems because these wives are working every now and then to see that I can be a better wife. I can be a better wife. But when a white man tells you that monogamy is the thing that works, monogamy is not a bad thing, but monogamy is a formula that cannot solve all the equations. It might work in the West, it doesn't work here. And we've seen it from statistics, 40 to 50% end in divorce. So it's not even working there. So why you want to introduce it
the
to other places?
statistics is
Yeah.
based
But
You
on
look at Arab countries.
No,
Look at
sorry,
Arab
Dr.
countries.
Yes,
Look at
yes.
Arab countries.
Yes.
Do you have high rates of divorce?
No.
In fact, go on ChatGPT. Look for statistics to back up high rate of polygamy. You won't find. It's not in Africa. It's not in. You understand? Because these wives understand that there's competition. You know,
It keeps them in check.
it keeps them in check. That's the point.
Yes.
But I'm not here to say that polygamy is the way.
way.
But I am saying there is a flip side to every coin. You understand?
Wow, that's pretty cool. What a very interesting conversation we just had about polygamy and monogamy. We actually went into another topic altogether, but no issues in that. So then, does the question of men cheats more than women, is that true?
Men don't cheat more than women. In my opinion,
The thing
I
is like
think
this. You know what?
cannot even genderize it.
No,
start with.
no,
Number one.
no, the thing is
but
like this.
if we were to make a costly assumption that we can
Hey,
generalize it,
No,
women cheat more.
most people,
And I have a
you know,
reason.
you know why? The reason why they say men cheat more, or they'll say that because of the female, they feel like they know how to hide things more than men. So that's why people always see that men cheat more. So because of people don't talk about the cheating done by women.
Yes.
But
I will-
again,
mm.
if you really check it,
Yes.
women cheat more than men. And actually, if you say men cheat more than women, who do they cheat with?
They cheat with another woman now.
No, of course, they
It's
don't
not
cheat
animal.
with a man.
You want to say something?
Even
Johnny?
ChatGPT, I have did my research. It says men cheat more than women do, but in this generation, if we compare, it's similar. Both genders are similar.
So women are catching up.
Like I
Women
said,
are catching up.
Women
Yeah.
are catching up.
like I
Yeah.
said, we cannot genderize it, right?
Yeah.
I would choose not to genderize it, but if we were to genderize it, I would say women cheat more. And my reasons is this: number one, when it comes to the act of cheating, to admitting that you've cheated, men admit, women don't. Even if you catch a woman red-handed, she's gonna give you all the excuses.
I agree.
She's gonna tell you why she cheated, rather than to be sorry for why she cheated.
Wow.
Yes.
Why a man would
two
be
ladies,
sorry
two
and
ladies in
admit.
here, they're agreeing to that. I agree. And later, the women will say, men are scum.
yes,
men
we are
men
misogynistic.
men are this, men and all that, and they will say men cheat.
So
a
number
lot.
one,
Imagine.
men admit to cheating.
Yeah.
Women
Don't.
don't most times. Instead, women justify. This is the admitting. Number two, the societal perspective behind cheating for men is very different from women. So friends and family, for example, if a woman is cheated on and she talks to her friends, what are they going to tell her? Leave that guy, he's scum. Fuck him. But if a man is cheated on, most times he doesn't even want to say because of shame. But women always want to share because they want sympathy. Why men don't want to share because of shame. So if my girlfriend or my wife cheats on me, I would feel very reluctant to tell you unless you're my very close friend, because I don't want you to feel like I'm not man enough. And also there is this instinctive fear. If I tell you that my girlfriend cheated on me or she's been sleeping with 2-3 guys, I might think you in my head that you want to go try her. So men don't talk. Men have many reasons why they will not say it. So there are a lot of men around us, our friends, that don't tell us what's going on because of this shame. Why girls, they are ready to take a megaphone, climb the condo, and broadcast it that their husband just cheated on them. And what will the friends say? Fuck that girl. Even if you tell your male friend as a man, my girlfriend cheated on me, what will be his advice? I'll try to work it out, try to sort it out. If it's a woman, she tells her best friend, you tell your best friend your boyfriend cheated on you. It's like, let's go get him arrested if we can. Let's pin him down with something. So these are the different reasons why at the end of the day, it seems like men cheat more. But not technically, men don't cheat more. Then again, we want to talk about men, we admit. Men, most times, when a man cheats and is caught, he blames it on the devil. When a woman cheats and she's caught, she'll blame it on the man. It doesn't make me happy.
Yeah.
It doesn't satisfy me in bed. It doesn't make me feel desired. He works too much. He comes home late. So at the end of the day, you as a man, you are no longer dealing with the issue of she cheating. You are not dealing with the issue of trying
not
to
being enough.
justify all these false claims. And then women use tactics to try to divert your attention.
Yes.
I call it tactics of diversion. You understand? So they could use
It's called
gaslighting.
what?
Tactics of diversion.
diversion.
So they'll use
these are
tactics.
so this is what you guys do.
Gaslighting.
Tactics of diversion.
Yes.
I just
So
went to
at
the
the
toilet.
end of the day,
So I'm like, huh?
at the end of the day, you will now find a situation where it seems like men cheat more. And then one last thing, why it seems like men cheat more. Men are creatures of habit. A man, where he put his car key today, come there next week, that's where he puts his car key. Or maybe 2 different places.
So you're
where
trying
he
to
drops
say
his phone.
you're trying to say
You understand? And a man will use one password for his phone, his laptop, his everything.
So-
his iPad.
so-
Woman can use 200
K,
different passwords
K,
on 200 different devices,
K,
and she will not forget it because women have instincts.
Sorry to pause you there. So meaning that where they put their this thing, they want to put it again.
Because we are creatures of habit. Men repeat certain patterns, and women, on the other hand, are very instinctive. A woman can see something today, right? 2 weeks' time, she sees that and she remembers, she knows, she understands the pattern. While we are creatures of patterns, creatures of habit. So this is why women will always catch you when you cheat. If she was not at home yesterday, she come back, she'll check your trash for condom.
Oh.
She'll check your wallet. She can even go to your car, check your glove box if there's condom there. A woman can come to your house, count your number of condoms, 4. 2 weeks later, when she comes, she knows you used only 1. The last time you guys were together, she will count that condom. She will even tell you that this condom it was not Durex, it was another
And
condom.
she knows the serial number.
Oh my
She
God.
knows
That
serial number.
Jokes
is
apart.
so.
She know. Wait,
Well, so
say-
what?
say-
So what?
It's so.
Okay.
We are not
it's
sorry,
so-
sorry.
Before
no,
I
we are
drop
not
the
trying
mic,
to give people ideas of
yes.
how to go and be checking CR number. What
Yes.
don't change CR number?
Yes, before I drop the mic,
There's no CR
Right.
number in every product.
I just got something interesting. Before I drop the mic, Michael.
Nico. Is there
Michael, I just needed it to rhyme anyway. Okay, the truth is, to be very honest,
Udo di
9
bro.
out of 10 ladies have this instinct, bro. You will hardly meet ladies that don't have this instinct, just that some of them don't use it. So, in as much as you are even saying, "Oh, wow,"
What do you feel? What do you,
You
feel
might
about
have-
I
this?
think I'm not a woman, I'm a man too, you know.
Oh.
I grew up with brothers, so I'm always anti-women.
Ah.
Because like, okay, I mean, I completely agree with you that man has a habit, never learn lesson as compared to women.
It's really hot. Like we are sweating in here.
yeah, we're dying here.
Yeah.
I think there's too many hot ladies in here. That's why.
Maybe now. Maybe
You guys are
Dolly.
too hot.
Second week you come, the aircon doesn't work now.
No, I mean,
But the
She
first
topic
time
is
I
Dolly
hot.
and Michael.
Topic is
together.
hot.
Topic is
hot.
hot.
Topic is damn hot.
Okay.
I agree. Men has a habit. That's why they will always cheat, and women have this instinct. I would say that's like old tradition that it happened. But if you're talking about the modern era, women also have a habit of cheating as well because of validations. Like as an influencer, it's nice to have fame. It's nice to have multiple men give you that validations.
Exactly.
Not just men, women also has that too. So maybe I'm not that one of those women. Maybe there is someone who are younger has, because I have experience of friends that even they already have the boyfriend they want, doesn't feel enough. Maybe the boyfriend is too straight, too perfect for her, but she still cheats anyway. And sometimes they won't tell because they feel shame. But they still cheat. And maybe if they go to a different guy in a relationship, they still cheat again.
Yeah.
They still cheat again because sometimes not just men wants variety, even girls too.
Yeah.
They will always have this term, I don't feel enough. They will always have this term that we can align both and men and women. They will always have this one, you don't provide enough. You don't give me enough. You
could
don't
be better.
In the last few months, when I went back to Nigeria, right, I was doing a lot of reflection. And I just came to one conclusion that the most terrible behavior a human being can have, right, is victim mentality. Anybody who likes to think that he is the victim, always blaming people, always blaming your partners, always blaming your parents, always blaming your friends, it gives you a leverage to do anything. You can
course.
cheat people, you can betray people, you can lie, you can do whatever, and you will justify it because of that victim mentality. It goes in line to what you're saying, Miko. There are people in relationships that, pardon me to say this, especially women, they look at their husband. Every time there is an issue, the first thing that comes to mind is, you don't make me happy. I have had these conversations with ladies I've been with friends, and I say, there is no human being that holds the key to the happiness of another human being.
100%.
Happiness is a personal thing.
100%.
If you cannot manufacture it, there is nobody you will date that will manufacture it for you. This is why, in line with what you said, there are people date this guy and they feel like this guy is the best in the world. Few months down the line, they say, oh, it doesn't make me happy. It's not enough. Why? Because they are searching for happiness in the external.
Yes.
Meanwhile, it is an internal thing.
Yes.
That's why you can see poor people who are very happy. You can see rich people with all the money that are not happy. There are rich people who are not happy with all the money. And there are poor people who don't even have money, but they can be happy because it's an internal thing. So when you impute happiness to your partner in a relationship and say, oh, this, XYZ, I'm going to cheat, or I'm cheating because this guy doesn't make me happy, you will never get happiness from the next guy. And like I said, this guy you are cheating with is only sweet simply because it's a secret. Once you get comfortable, everybody knows you guys are dating. There is nothing to hide.
Yes.
2-3 months down the line, you will still be bored of that same person.
Yes.
And you go on to the next. And it
You
will
know-
become a pattern.
You know, a very interesting thing that you're sharing, it's there's twofold, right, that I can see in my life. So the first thing is that me and my wife, we started this thing called the no argument challenge. So we want to see how long can we go without actually arguing.
Interesting.
We almost reached our first 24 hours. We almost argued just now, and then we stopped, we looked at each other, we started laughing, you know. We're like, hey, we're so close to fail, we were so close. And we were just laughing
I love
about
that,
it.
I love
and
that.
then, you know, we kissed each other, and you know what I found?
Yeah.
Most of the time when couples get into arguments, I mean, okay, we're gonna get to cheating as well, right? Like the whole thing is all leading towards cheating, but
Yes.
in essence, there always is a root of the problem that sets in within relationship. Now, for women, the root of the problem is the past. They cannot let go of the past.
Exactly.
They cannot let go of the past.
We are
You're
committed.
always sitting down here.
You're always agree. You
No,
jump.
I can relate. I'm
Yes.
also, I can't move on from the past.
Yes. Oh, I'm
Women,
with you. Feel a lot more.
women will hold grudges to the end of
Exactly.
the line.
Women might forgive, but they never forget.
Yes, I
And the worst part
agree.
is they bring it back up again.
to the
Yes.
end of the life.
So what happened? What happened 10 days, 100 days, 2 years ago?
5 years
Well,
ago.
5 years ago will still make its way back to today, 5 years later. And what happens? It causes distress. That's the first part. The second part, for men, is that we sometimes are unable to handle the difficult conversations. Women are masters of that. Difficult conversation time. I'm just gonna be calm, we're gonna talk, maybe we're gonna shout a little bit. Men don't want to handle that. And men will be like, maybe we don't talk today. And then they'll just walk away. And then, the women will feel like, oh, I didn't feel heard. I didn't feel like I had the attention. And this goes on for a long period of time. Guess what? Men are always looking forward and say, forget the past. Women's always looking in the past and say, fix yourself today so we can look forward together.
Technically, talking about that, I should add on. Some women likes to bring up from the past because of one thing:
And we
trauma,
never forget,
PTSD.
yeah.
The reason why they like to remind you from the past was never because they want to pick a fight. Sure, they sound like they want to lash out their anger to you and stuff. But if you understand women better, psychologically,
Yes.
was never because they want to pick a fight, but it's because they just want you to give reassurance. They just want you to like, oh, okay, maybe she's having a tough time. She just overthinks, because women does overthink a lot. All women does. Like even your mother can overthink about you
Of course.
if you come home late and stuff. So women sometimes they like to bring up things from the past out of the blue was because of traumatized and PTSD. Like let's say if you watch a movie of Thunderbolts, right? Example about mental health problems. They'll tell you this, and then there's this triggering event to women, so they will fight with you. Hey, you cheated on me last year. Even though we've already established on fixing already, but you still bringing up. Some men doesn't want to face it because why? Distress.
Yes.
Why are you bringing this up? I
Why
thought-
do you want to go to jail for a crime you committed once? You want to go
Yes.
to jail countless
Again,
times.
Yes.
again and again.
So the crux of the matter is women, we keep getting stuck in the past. And this, we can say safely, is a personal problem. The man cannot fix a problem. So we had an issue 5 years ago. We fought, we settled. Now you're bringing back that past to relate it to something that is possibly not even relatable to what I've done today. That is, like you said, PTSD, trauma, whatever. It is a personal problem. So I think there should be a mass campaign for women to see psychologists or therapists often.
So I've got a question for all of you, and also all of you guys who are watching us right now. Let us know what you think. The question is, can someone truly love their partner and still cheat?
Yes.
No.
Oof, I'd like to hear both of your answers. Let's start with you, Dolly. Why no?
Because, like, if you already commit with someone and you truly love them, why do you still cheat, right?
But why do people still cheat? Fumiko.
Because of the situations, and I like to bring back with the 3 things that I mentioned is about the interest, beliefs, and values. Maybe I'll push aside the interest, okay? Interest can be like so many things, like we can like cars, we can like things. Okay, let's push aside of the interest and try to focus on 2 things, which is the most important part, the values and beliefs. I'll give you one example. If you have a car and you have the opposite gender sitting on the passenger seat, to me, I feel uncomfortable. But to you, you may think I'm just being a polite person. If it's just 2 people in the car, why not that person, even though despite gender, they can sit in front? And it's not even cheating. But your partner says it does. Because why? Girls have opportunities to touch your thighs, to hold your hands. You know, in the car, like things can happen. Girls are so wide. They're thinking they can go way to an extreme level. Because why? Insecure. Have trust issues to build with this partner. Maybe it's because your partner can be overly friendly. Girls are well known when it comes to being friendly. Like we call them what? Pick me girl. We call them pick me girls. You have a lot of guy friends and you like to be their only girl to be friends with them, you know? Like I want to be a pick me girl for these 2 guys. If you came in the picture, who are you? You know, girls like
That's such
that.
a thing.
Actually it does. Girls like to have so many guy friends just to feel great of themselves. It's the same thing for guys
Yeah, I
to
think
like
it's the same
have
thing
so
for guys
many
too, right?
girlfriends.
Like it makes us guys feel like, oh, dude, you know what? I've got like
Yes,
hot friends.
agree.
Those girls.
So we have that different kinds of beliefs. So that when that happens, guys want to commit with you, but they cheat emotionally because they just want to see, how I would call it, explore of other options. How is it like to be with other people? Maybe like, let's say I still love my partner, but maybe I'll try you. So maybe in 2-3 months down the line, if the conversation just dies down and it dies down, so maybe we didn't work out, then I'll try this. You know, different people, different personality, different ideas, different perspective. You can see from there, because my partner has everything what I want, but I just want to explore and see how is it like to be in a different country, in a different clothing, in a different shirt, you know, in a different food. You just wanted to see. So sometimes it leads to emotionally cheating because you feel nice. Maybe in the, we call it what, honeymoon phase. In the first few months, we had the honeymoon phase. It's nice to talk to you. It's nice to feel that connection. Let's say business level, you can relate to me when it comes to business level. You can relate to me when it comes to me having a family problems. You can relate to me in other things. But I will still love my own partner because my partner knows how to take care of me. My partner knows how to make me feel good. My partner knows how to make me feel nice. So yes, you can still love the person and you can still cheat. But it was never like, how to say, sometimes you don't blame the devil, you blame yourself, because you just wanted to feel how is it to be in other people's perspective, to explore. Like, you only keep seeing the lion every day, but let's try to see the zebra.
Yeah, 100%.
And another thing, like what you were saying just now, sometimes in relationship, we always feel like there is this thing I need to say
Yes.
in the spur of the moment.
Yes.
Don't say that thing. It's like that with every human being. When you are arguing with your partner, at one point, there is this thing I must say. You want to unburden your heart. But doing that will complicate the situation even more. So anyway, back to our question. Can someone truly love their partner and still cheat? I believe.
Wait, what's going on here, Fumiko?
Wow.
Can you tell us what just happened?
Wow.
Symbols.
Someone
What-
just gave you
Why
a
keep
will. Wow.
seconds?
Someone gave you a whale?
A whale.
Maji, hey yo,
What-
Fizz.
excuse me, what is a whale? What is a whale? What does it mean?
That's
What-
6K,
what do whale do?
6K coin.
Oh! And Fizz is sending hundreds of roses like it's nothing.
Okay, so nobody will send for me.
Boy. No, okay. I'm gonna clear up the air here.
Guys, you
I've
guys
seen-
will send for me.
I've seen this Fizz
Forget
guy
the Rolex
a
and all
few
of that.
times.
To send the whale, send the shark, send the dolphin, everything. Just put it up.
Send us the African cobra. We want this.
Much love. I appreciate
Bro's going
that.
beyond
Oh my
plus.
God, thank you so much.
This is eclipse of what? Eclipse of the universe.
Galaxy. Wow.
They're sending us
Appreciate that.
everything.
Appreciate that.
Excuse me, what is the
Much
highest
love.
we can
Beyond
get?
Ultra
I don't know.
Plus.
What is the highest? we
After
can
this
get?
galaxy, what next?
The
There's a
highest you
lot-
get is a TikTok universe, which is cost 2K RM.
So
Okay,
did he
please,
get
somebody
So it's
send me
22.
TikTok universe. If I send me the real universe.
that? Did he
I
just send us
appreciate
that?
that.
He just sent us that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he said to
he's
send
sending
the
you a
Galaxy.
Galaxy. Galaxy is
Damn,
1K,
boy,
which is
huh?
60 ringgit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Fizz. Thank you so
Yo,
much.
Fizz, thanks for the support, bro.
Thank
I
Thank
mean,
you for your
appreciate
support.
that.
that's
Thank
freaking
you.
amazing. Okay, so now we're doing TikTok reactions.
We actually forgot our main focus.
Cheating.
I didn't know from relationship podcast to reactions. All right, guys, we're gonna come back. Fizz, Koni, Fizz, serious, bro.
Fizz, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Sama-sama. Thank
dude,
you.
you're a W, bro. You're dubs. You're real dubs. Yes, dubs in the chat. Exactly.
Shout out to Fizz.
Okay. I want to pose that question to you because I know you got something to share.
Yes.
And you were sharing while we got that, and then everybody went like,
No, because I was surprised everybody was closing. I'm like, what are they?
yeah. It was my first
He
time.
killed it because
Really?
he actually killed it because saying that he killed it.
Yes.
Really.
I
really appreciate
I don't know
it.
any of
really,
these
really
things. Please
appreciate
pardon me. I don't know any of these
Bless
things. I've
up,
never
bless
done
up,
this. I've
bless
never
up.
seen
We
this.
are dinosaurs.
I'm actually knowing that this is anyway. I don't belong to Jay Z. So yes, guys, thank you very much. Whatever you're sending, we appreciate it. And back to what we have
Yes. Can someone truly
on
love
the
their partner?
table. Yeah, can
And
someone
still
truly
cheat.
love For me, I think what I'm saying might be double standard, but I think yes. For men, a man can cheat on you and still love you. Men cheat physically most times, but we're not discounting that there are times men also cheat emotionally and get attached and all of that, leave their wife and children and do stupid things. Yes. But on the other hand, when women cheat most time, there are women who also do one night stands and all of that. Vast majority of the times, women cheat. They cheat emotionally. They start by chatting that guy and telling him about her domestic problems with her husband, right? And it metamorphoses into something more. And one day, they keep chatting deeper and deeper. Then one day she has to see him for dinner, innocent dinner, but doesn't end in an innocent way, right? And
Yes.
something happens. So
Yes.
it's like emotional transcending into physical cheating. And at that point, when a woman has cheated in that situation, I guarantee you, the love she has for you is shaking. I guarantee you,
Definitely.
it's shaking because emotion is involved. And now, like I said, whatever you do in the secret is always sweeter because women instinctively will compare.
Money talks, right?
Yes. So even if not money, even if character, attitude, maybe this guy can call her 10 times a day, and you're a busy husband. Like I said in our previous episode, when people get married, the comfortability of marriage. Now you go to work, you don't text her until you get back home in the evening. But this guy's at home. Maybe he doesn't even have a job. He's doing crypto. He has all the time in the world to message her, and she's texting her, and they're exchanging messages. She'll be emotionally invested with that guy.
Yeah.
Automatically the love she has for you is shaking because women live in the realm of emotion. Men live in the realm of logic, and women control. That's why when a woman starts to gaslight you, you think you are the problem. Because when it comes to emotional realm, they are rulers of the emotional realm. And women dwell in this emotional realm. So definitely, this guy that she's constantly chatting with, talking, seeing, and now she has gone to bed with him, and she's comparing this guy with you, and the guy is going to exceed all your doings. So definitely, the love she has for you will surely shake. But men, on the other hand, a typical man can actually go on a one-night stand, even on a sex spree with different women, and still come back home, be dedicated to that wife. Love her, care for the kids, be a responsible man. So that's why I said the answer might be double standard, but again, it's facts over feelings.
I agree with you, but there's also another thing I want to add up. I want to add up another thing on the men's side. This is one thing I learned for a woman. We have this term where I don't want to say gender equality, but this has been happening, especially in Malaysia, where women can live without men if men do something bad to them. Women have the capability to live without men because men don't invest on emotions, they invest on logic. They have this overview mindset, hence where they have this role to be a father, to pursue, plan things if I want to plan for a family. When I say men cannot live without men, even when they cheat, they can still love you because as much as I want to sleep with this person, but you are compatible to be my wife. You are compatible to shower me with love. As compared to these women, she's just pretty, she's just hot.
It's just the sex.
It's just for sex, you know? Or it's just for, if it's not sex, if it's just for, we call this what, a cat call girl? Call girl in the club where girls layan the dato, they just like
Take
to
care of
take care of you in the
caress him,
club,
yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
with no strings attached. You're just pretty to be good enough to sit here, but you cannot replace the position as my wife, my queen.
Yes.
A
lot
mother
of
for
men,
my children.
especially like Chinese men.
sorry,
a lot of Chinese men in Malaysia, right? Yes, they have
Let's go now, let's
and
go.
they have mistresses or they have a mistress.
I want to say
and
something.
I've seen cases where
Okay.
Brian, you're next.
I've seen cases where this mistress tries her best to be wifed by this guy. But these guys, Chinese men specifically, have been here long enough to know this. They will never let that woman come into their matrimonial home. Their wife is the main thing. This mistress knows her place.
But do men actually get bored after sleeping with another female?
If you're just talking from a friend to friend sharing problems, I'm just being a friend to hear your problems. Unless if you or I flirt each other on a chat, that is cheating.
As far as I'm concerned, as a relationship surgeon, you are not, as a woman, to talk to another man about your domestic problems.
Yes.
Yes,
You
you can maybe
It's-
you
That's
can
why
maybe
in-
share.
So that means talking to another guy about your problem is cheating.
It might not be considered cheating, but it's the pathway to cheating.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a pathway to
Like I
highly
said,
likely
a
cheating.
shoulder to cry on is a dick to ride
Ride
on.
on.
Case
Hashtag,
closed.
ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Hashtag, guys.
Let's move
Our
on.
boys are saying true. Sometimes men can't understand women emotional thoughts. This is from Izam. Thank you for sharing that, brother. Now we're gonna move to the next question, which is porn addiction? Okay, this one, guys, hear out, alright? This one is very important.
Why you leaving?
You stay.
Why you
You
people still?
Do you guys know something that we don't know? We want to find out. Okay, is porn addiction an early sign or form of cheating?
No.
No.
Wait, you guys are just shouting.
Did you guys
so
practice
fast.
this answer?
Why are you so... Okay, Dolly, why?
No, because you just watch the thing. You just watch the porn on the video. It's not you're doing it with someone.
Yes, and you're leading yourself up to an orgasm from that. Doesn't that feel like it's cheating as well?
As long as on the screen, it's not with someone.
Not with someone. So you're not cheating with another person, but
So
you're
what
cheating
if
with your,
a guy
your-
sends you a dick pic and you're like, oh my god, and you turn yourself on because of that, and you do
Is
everything.
that not porn?
I'll tell you this: the difference between normal people and a porn star is two different things. Okay.
Yeah.
She's going off, guys. She's firing back.
How is it two different?
Huh?
How is it two different?
If a person that you don't know suddenly send a dick, takkan you? Why would you turn on?
What about if
Why
it's the
would
person
you?
that you know?
No, why wouldn't
Okay,
you? Why would
of
you?
course,
why
no,
would
I
you,
would never.
Why wouldn't you get turned on?
Huh?
Why wouldn't you get turned on if someone
Okay,
you don't know?
let me. Who is the?
Because no-
Okay, wait. Who is the porn star that he's an astronaut?
Yeah.
He's a doctor.
Oh, Johnny Sin?
Yeah.
Wow.
So why
Since
would
you watching
okay?
porn a lot.
Bro, it's all over now. It's all over Facebook.
Okay,
It's Instagram. They're like, this guy has
so-
done everything for humanity. I'm like,
Okay,
what the hell?
porn has to be specific, you know. Porn, you have to be very specific. Like porn can be coming from a porn star. Porn can be coming from an OnlyFans content creator. Porn can be also coming from people who do loots for sales.
Yeah.
Like cosplay, because I'm from a cosplay industry. They do this semi loot, semi nudes, and they do for selling. They market themselves. For me, it's not cheating. Unless if it's my own friend sending me a dick or a tits, and of course for me, yeah,
Then
it
it's
is.
awkward.
It's
So
two
if
different
you
things.
walk into the house and you meet your husband or your boyfriend masturbating to an OnlyFans girl,
Sure,
is that not cheating?
Oh,
it's
damn.
not.
It's not cheating.
It's not.
What would be your
Because
reaction?
why? Because why? He paid. He paid for the subscription.
Then if he's masturbating to, how do you know?
So if you
what,
meet
no,
a
no,
girl
wait.
out in public
What's the
and
difference?
it
How do you
pays,
know? How do
what's
you know
the
the
difference?
difference?
Okay, for as an OnlyFans content creator or a porn star, they don't have this service we call you paid to have sex. If you want to pay to have sex, might as well you go to the red house, right? That is not you're paying for porn. You're paying for prostitution.
No. Let me come in. Sorry. Let me come in. OnlyFans.
I love
I've never subscribed to OnlyFans, but I guarantee you that there are OnlyFans services where men even pay these OnlyFans content creators to show them their feet, and these guys are masturbating to the feet.
It's normal because
He has paid.
for me it's normal. Yes.
He does-
If I want to
It's
pay
not
for Johnny
considered
Sins, I would say sure.
So that's
It's
not cheating.
It's not cheating.
Okay.
Because-
Interesting. So what would be your reaction if your husband is paying
I'm
some
just saying.
OnlyFans content
I'm
creator?
just saying. Must be nice. Do you like me to implant those tits too, so that it will look the same? Or I can recommend the person. If it's because our sex is not fulfilling, maybe we can try something different. Like the spicy chocolate. Or you can buy a very beautiful lingerie and you can just
And
put
play
your
characters.
camera. Yeah, you can be a character in your favorite anime. Put the camera and you have sex with your partner so he can watch.
Support your
There's
man.
always have another way of doing
Okay,
it.
excuse
Wow.
me. Sorry to cut you.
Wow.
Dolly, you've been okay in everything she's saying. Okay, explain. How is it not a
Yeah, we
cheating?
want to know what you
Because
think.
it's like you're not physically cheating while watching the porn, right? So you're watching it on the screen and it's fine. I guess us women, we feel like
I think we women we masturbate if we see Chris Evans from Captain America flexing the muscles.
So
Yeah.
if no, sorry, no, wait,
Wait, ask
Kate.
these
He
girls
said
on the comment
no,
section.
Kate. She said something. It's okay you watching it that because you're watching it and masturbate whatever to eat, it's fine. That means it's okay if your partner is having an affair or doing something with someone online.
As long as he's paying.
Online, paying for it online, so it's okay. That means not considered cheating.
as long as he don't
Okay,
have any
basically,
contact
the
with
define
that
meaning-
person.
What-
He's
as long as
he's
what
just
kind of
watching.
contact?
As long as it doesn't have
Okay, no,
contact.
Physical contact.
Let me
So
be-
online contact
this-
is fine.
Let me be very, very specific when it comes to online. The difference of talking to someone and you're just watching is very different.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm a cosplayer. I do semi-lewds. They pay just to see my picture. They don't talk to me. They only buy. So that is not cheating. Unless I'm an OnlyFans content creator, you send me DM, you send me more extra money, and as a person who's maybe, let's say, not famous, maybe they will do layan, like they will do talk to you, or maybe if I'm like
Oh, Mario Ozawa.
Mario Ozawa. Mario Ozawa is well-known porn star in Japan.
I know my shit, bro. I know my shit.
Mario Ozawa is a very famous porn star. She came down to Malaysia
I read minds for
with
living,
full
guys.
of
I read
security
minds for living.
guards. She doesn't even do sex in public. It's a different thing, you know. Being an artist and a normal people who just do for this for money is very different. So for me, if you're just watching something online and you paid for, it's like me subscribing Netflix to watch sex education. So as long as I'm not interacting that person, that's not cheating. Unless if I'm, let's say I DM Jackson Wang, right, the artist in Korea, and I interact with him and he talks to me and we sexting, we exchange nudes, then yes, that is cheating.
So what differentiates if it's cheating or not is if there is a direct contact between
Yes.
the content creator and the
the-
receiver of the
yes.
service. Wow, interesting. I'm learning something
It's
new.
okay
I
to
was
watch.
born
I
yesterday.
am
It's
shocked.
that's
Okay
why
to
it's
watch.
I
okay
am
to watch.
shocked.
It's
No,
okay
like,
to
because-
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna pose this question,
Yes.
Mr. Host, before you go. Sorry. If that is the case, right? My question is, how long do you think if you tolerate that from a man,
As long as it takes.
as not a form of cheating, how long do you think he will keep masturbating to that content creator? How long do you think he will do that without the urge of actually going to meet her in person if he has the means? Because you just said this Japanese porn star came to Malaysia. Do you think she came here to check how many museums are in Malaysia? No. There are men that brought her here. Do you understand? And how did these men know about her? Because we were watching. So let's assume your man is a high profile man, he's a high earner, and he has the means to actually tell this OnlyFans girl to hop on a private jet and come to Malaysia. Let's have sex. Would you have a problem with that?
Then yes, I would have a problem.
You
Because
guys will have
that's
problem with
direct,
that.
because
And
that's
if
direct.
good, and if you have a problem with that, my question now is, how long do you think he can still keep subscribing to this girl and not have the urge to actually meet her in person? How long do you think this is going to take that he will not actually do that? Do you think it will continue to just be social media thing or OnlyFans thing forever if he has the means?
Lust is always been it's always been a thing
Yeah.
for men. So like let's say if I don't cheat, I will just do it on screen, then that's it. As long as there's loyalty. Like let's say if my boyfriend is long distance, right? He really wants to have sex with me, but he couldn't because let's say I'm from Philippines and he's from Malaysia, right? Just he can either watch my porn, random girls porn, just for the lust, but he can still be loving to me. So to me, it's still not cheating.
I agree.
Unless if he's rich enough to even hire Mario Ozawa, then it will be a different story because you are directing to that person.
So for me, it's like murder is a crime, but intent to murder is not a crime. That's what you're saying now. So him calling the girl over
It's a crime.
is a crime. It's a problem for you. But he consuming her content is not a problem to you.
Without her
Interesting.
knowledge.
Would you say that a lot of women have this perception about this?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, both of them
most
spoke out in
women,
like
I guess.
anonymity. Like,
Yes.
Women,
Like
because-
they practice it.
So
Because
this is
we
not,
knew
you know,
so-
I never really
actually
knew.
they're just talking
it's
based
interesting.
on their own this thing, but not
No, but-
it's not out of how many ladies will say the same thing.
Yeah,
No, okay,
look,
okay.
I mean,
So,
these
like,
are
so
two
for my
ladies from
wife-
different backgrounds,
Yeah.
and they chorus the answer. So it goes a long way to say
No, but
that.
I think there is commonality in this because
Yes.
there is an instance where
Okay.
I joked with my wife because I was in the room and she knocked on the door and she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm just masturbating," and then she's like, "Just walked away." It was
Yes,
nothing.
I think you are correct.
It was nothing.
It's not a big deal for women, but why is it a big deal for men?
Yeah.
It's a
Big deal for
deal.
men, for
No,
women to
who
watch
said-
porn.
who said-
Dude,
For
there is
example, if your husband or your boyfriend walks into your room and see you consuming the OnlyFans content of some dude in Europe,
No, you can't say you can't
I don't
say
think there's any man that would
No.
find that.
no. It's
acceptable.
a lie. It's a lie.
Guys will find that acceptable. But I know there might be exceptions. But
a lot,
the
a lot,
vast
a lot,
majority of men
no, it's
are cool with it.
See, this it's surprising that ladies actually say that they're cool with this
because I'm
of-
actually surprised.
Yes, no,
Yeah.
it's surprising.
It
I'm
surprised
actually
me too.
because of for me, I was thinking that men are actually okay with ladies masturbating to any other whatever. It's okay for guys, but for ladies to accept that,
I'm shocked that
it's
ladies
actually
find it
surprising.
cool.
Yeah. So,
But
so
now,
Gwen,
coming to think of it
Gwen
again,
says
yeah.
that she believes. Okay, so the question again is porn addiction an early sign of cheating? She says she believes that it will manifest or lead to cheating. And of course, and to the statement that we said earlier, when a guy shares their problems to a girl, or a girl shares a problem to a guy, Azam actually says that I usually hold myself from telling my relationship problems because it would embarrass both parties.
Back to that question now. Would porn manifest to cheating? You know why? Yes.
I would say yes too.
You know why?
Yes.
Because of whatever you watch it, keep watching it, and your partner cannot give you that. Actually, porn.
That's what I said. How long?
So you keep on watching. There's some, porn is acting. They act.
Yeah, it's not
but,
real.
But people watching it
Think it's real.
don't really. It's not everyone that understands that all those things acting.
Yeah.
The orgasm, everything they do, they act because of they want to entertain the person watching it.
Yeah.
Now you're expecting your partner
To function in
do
that
the same
light.
because your partner is not an actor.
It's real.
He's not an actor. So him trying to practice or you want him to do that and he can't do that. What do you expect? You go to another guy
Exactly.
that want to give you that, and that guy now will act for you because of why he wants to impress you.
Impress you. And don't
He
forget,
will act for you.
it's
This
only
where cheating
sweet
starts.
because it's secret and it's the first time.
Yes.
If you be
This
with that
where
guy for
cheating
6
starts.
months, you will still find out that there's nothing
Of
special
course.
about the dick.
No, this is it. This way cheating starts because of say he will act.
He will
It's
act.
normal. He will
Exactly.
act. It will give you the best.
I love how you broke it down.
No, it was that's
Miko,
it.
what do you have to say?
I was waiting for them to talk
What do
and
you have
get
to
everything
say?
going.
This
Then
is
I will
what-
break it up for them.
What do you
It
have
will
to say?
act. It will
Say
give you
Because
the
it's
best
like
picture.
it's like
True.
if you say
Very true.
the act itself is not a problem, right? But it's gonna still lead up to cheating, one way or the other, because lust will always grow.
Okay.
Physically cheating and
Let
emotionally
me-
cheating is two different
Okay,
things,
let
bro.
me be
Stylo.
clear with
That's
this.
true. That's very true.
Like I said, artists and typical influencers are very different. Artists, it can be as level as like artists from MCU, like the Marvels and stuff. How is it possible to get their attention? Give that as an example.
You can't.
The reason why for me it says it's okay because you're watching a very famous porn star.
So it's like a fantasy that can never come true.
Yes. So go back to your question. How long is for this partner to take? Maybe because I don't give that satisfaction to him. Relationship is to date to marry. Are you here for my pussy or you want to commit to be the wife? If you think I may not satisfy you, there's a door, leave. That's all. Because why is it necessary to have sex every single day? Like I said, maybe today I look hot, tomorrow I look ugly. Because girls have this makeup phrase, right?
Of course.
So if I don't wear makeup, I look terrible and he just watch porn. For me, it's okay because why? You're watching a very famous artist where they'll never give you the attention. Exactly. You're just wasting money on
That's why I
someone
said,
else.
what if it's a high value man who can afford that?
Then he can leave. That's cheating. Then I will have to agree it's cheating.
So meaning that
The whole process
porn,
is also
porn,
a cheating.
meaning that porn can lead
In
to
a way.
cheating.
Can.
Yeah,
So I'll give this another
Miko, that
example.
means the whole process in a way is also
Then
cheating.
I'll give you another example. You're dating me, right?
Okay.
I'm a cosplayer. You know.
Babe, if you're watching this, it's just an example,
It's
okay?
example.
Example.
Wait, please. It's example.
I beg.
Because
Example.
Gwen's watching me now.
Example.
Okay, yeah.
I'll give you this example in this situation.
Yeah.
I'm a cosplayer. You know that, right? I'm an influencer. You know that. But you watch Mario Ozawa. For me,
You do watch
you,
Mario Zawa?
you watch.
No, I don't. Example.
You watch
Example.
We
Mario.
are still say example.
Oh, example. Okay.
Example.
Okay.
Continue.
You
My
watch
bad.
Mario Ozawa. For me, it's fine because Mario Ozawa is very well-known porn star. But if this is gonna take you so long, I'm gonna ask you this: do you like if I became a porn star in my social media so that a random guy will watch me? Do you feel comfortable?
Hell no. Hell no.
So why would you spend thousands and millions of dollars just for Mario Ozawa to come to your house?
Which means that the act of watching porn has the potential to lead someone to
It
cheat.
can go both ways. If it's just for your satisfaction because of long distance, then sure.
Yeah.
Then if it's a temporary thing, then sure, because like I said, we men and women like to see pretty handsome things. It only melts our eyes, but not our heart. It only melts from there seeing, wow, very handsome, wow, very pretty. But it's only like temporary phrase. It's not long lasting. Unless if it's long lasting, then it will be an issue. You're looking at me so long, man. You're looking at me so long, man.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
You know what, guys?
You know what I'm looking at you because I'm just getting to the point that whatever you're saying, you're trying to tell us that watching porn would definitely lead to
Cheating.
cheating.
If I watch Twilight that has porn.
No, that's not
No,
porn.
no, no. If I watch Twilight that has
that is
porn.
just
No,
no.
but
That
yeah,
that's
yeah,
just
but that
no,
is not
no.
an
That's
intention.
not no,
Yeah.
no.
Watching.
Listen, there's a difference between porn and sexual sin. Those are two different things. They don't actually show details. So Twilight, you won't get carried away compared to you watching porn that they're acting to actually turn
Stimulate
you
people.
on. They are doing it. They know what to do to turn you on. These are the two different. So you can't say Twilight. Twilight is just a movie.
I'm just
Yes.
saying a movie that has porn.
No. Twilight doesn't
but
have a porn.
I'm not justifying Twilight has a porn. I'm just putting that as an example.
don't use that as an example. You can't say it's not.
Okay,
Use a
sex
proper
education.
example.
Okay.
Sex education, the Netflix shows that has porn, right?
Yes, I've not watched it. 'cause
No, you need to see. If you want to use an example, give an example of a proper this thing that has a
No,
very-
because-
Okay, guys,
a very
guys,
central point.
we've got 2
Scene
minutes
content.
left.
Yes.
We've got 2 minutes left. Okay, only 2
Yes,
minutes.
you
to
get me.
wrap
So
this up.
that's it. So
This
what I'm
conversation
trying to say.
cannot stop because it is just too impactful. There's just too many things that's going on. I'm going to come from a behavioral point of view here. As men, when we watch porn and we get addicted to it, what happens is our brain starts to get influenced. We start to learn the learned behaviors of porn. And what our brain start to depict is that sex is easy, women is easy. All I gotta do is have a big dick, have abs, and maybe women's gonna like me just so that I can, have sex. What that does behaviorally is they start to seek out for women who is, open to doing such
fits,
things.
yeah.
They start to find the signs in like, oh, I think this girl likes me. But this
Even
girl-
if they're in relationship.
even when they're in a relationship as well. That's what being addicted to porn does to a man's brain and women's brain probably as well.
It's the same thing with women too. Should I tell you something? Women that like BDSM, they watch BDSM porn.
We're going down another rabbit hole,
They-
boys.
no.
Where did they let it, right?
And they want their
BDSM is part 2, not part 1. Part 1 is over.
and they want their partner to do the same. And the partner cannot do the same. What do? They look for someone
Someone else, yeah. They
that
dominate
can
someone
choke
else.
them,
Yes.
that can turn their head, that can use their hand and put in their
That's
head,
why
in
you
their mouth.
hear some weird
Behavioral.
preferences.
Yes.
So what are you telling
So
me?
weird
It will bring
preferences.
it will turn up into cheating. It will
Yes,
bring
sir.
cheating into the equation.
Yes. Like
Some
we-
some will
I'm
say,
sorry.
this guys that have big head, they must have a big dick. It's from
But it's
Yeah.
but
they
and,
don't
and,
see
and
it
again
anywhere.
and again it's
And
wrong.
then they now start searching for guys
You know why?
with big head because they also want to
You know
have
why?
big
You
head.
know why?
So
It's-
the whole process is
Should I
cheating.
not tell you why it's wrong? Because now K has a big head, but not a big dick.
How did you know? Okay.
Alright, guys.
Okay,
we've
I
come
took
to
that
the
one. That was a very bad shot.
we've
And I
come
take
to the end of the show.
I take it in peace.
Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. We've come to the end of it. Fumiko, final thought. Part
If you
1.
don't want to commit that person, don't bother
Yeah.
to be in a relationship.
Very direct.
Nice. Brian.
Definitely. All this we're just actually sharing our thoughts. Cheating is
It ain't cool.
Ain't
no,
cool, bro.
yeah, cheating. It depends. It's like
Bro,
I
it's
was
a
saying.
bro, it's a
One
it's a
sentence.
final thought.
One sentence.
I want to tell you
Don't
guys
mansplain
that
yourself.
I will tell you the fact is that don't watch porn because if you watch porn, you end up being a cheater. That's it. If you keep watching porn, I don't know what they're saying. They're saying that you watch porn, it's fine. But for me, if you keep watching porn, you would end up wanting to get that going in your real life situation. And that is what it's called. That's where you end up going into cheating. So that's all I have to say for now. But there's more I want to say, but I don't say it. So let me go to the next.
Thank you for your final paragraph.
Yeah.
Dolly.
For me, if you love someone, you don't cheat that person. And you don't break her heart or his heart.
Wonderful. Mr. K.
Yeah. I'm gonna drop 2 different final thoughts. Permit me.
Sure,
Okay,
sure,
first
sure,
of
sure,
all,
sure.
use condom if you must cheat.
STD is real, guys.
Use condom. Don't say that I did not tell
Definitely,
you.
you can
Coming
actually
from
join.
the relationship surgeon. A relationship expert help to fix problems in relationship.
That's right.
A relationship surgeon like me will bring back to life.
But wait,
Yes.
Mr.
A
K,
dead
Mr. K,
relationship.
I
Yeah.
thought you're a relationship expert. Now you're a relationship surgeon.
Surgeon.
So
Because
surgeon now.
we can bring back to life a dead relationship.
Relationship.
And
Oh.
to just to avoid that scenario, right?
Use a condom.
Use condom.
For sponsorship of the actual good one to use, reach out to WetWaterz. then we would promote the best one that we use.
The best condom, right?
Of course.
Interesting.
Of course.
So
Definitely.
we're gonna end it right now. Final thoughts from me is that if you find your partner watching porn, watch porn together with them. It's then you guys are on the same page about stuff, so you don't feel like you're gonna cheat. In fact, you're gonna be like, God damn, look at this, I like that. And then the partner will be like, oh, you want that? Okay, cool. And then you guys can do all that kind of stuff. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode, ladies and gentlemen. We've come to the end. Thank you so much, Miko. Thank you, Ram. Thank you, Dolly. Thank you, Mr. K. And myself, Virgil. I thank all of you for watching us on this show. Thank you so much.
Virgil,
See you for episode
the
11.
number one anchor of any show.
The
He can
best.
even anchor Titanic. Anything you want him to anchor, this guy will
and
anchor.
also, but you can't anchor your girlfriend, please.
No.
He's a married man.
No. B, don't listen to them. I mean, listen. I came here just for podcast. All right, guys, take care. I will see you guys in the next episode. Watch us, like, subscribe, share to your friends and family. Let us know what you enjoy. Let us know what you want to see more. If you guys want to see Fumiko, we are going to have her back on the 31st of May. And with that, thank you so much, everyone. Catch you on episode 11 on the 31st of May.